Have you ever received a manufacturing quote that made your stomach drop? 30, 40, even $50,000. I want you to hear this clearly. That quote is not high because your idea is bad. That's not high because quality costs money. It's high because the system you're using is broken. I'm Adam Taven, co-founder of Rabbit Product Design. For over 30 years, I've helped inventors, startups, and global brands take products from idea to manufacturing and launch. I've coordinated manufacturing for more than 2,000 products. I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Most inventors overpay for manufacturing by 50% or more because the wrong decisions were made before the factory ever saw the design. This video, I'm going to show you the 3 hidden forces inflating your manufacturing quote and exactly how to fix them without sacrificing quality. Let's start with the first and most important one. Number 1, manufacturing costs are set by engineers, not factories. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They think manufacturing costs are determined by the factory. They're not. They're determined by engineering decisions. Most inventors work with junior level engineers, freelancers, or even low-cost design firms who do exactly one thing. They design first and worry about manufacturing later. Senior level engineers do the opposite. They ask the hard questions before CAD ever starts. How will this part actually be made? At what volumes? With what tolerances? Using which processes? And at what real scalable cost? Junior engineers default to whatever process they know best. Senior engineers select the process that produces the lowest cost, lowest risk outcome for that specific part. That difference alone can cut your quote in half. This is why we evaluate products before CAD, not after. Once the wrong process is baked into the design, the factory is just delivering bad news. Number 2, the seesaw effect that destroys budgets. This is the second reason quotes get out of control, and it's something I call the seesaw effect. Think about manufacturing like a seesaw. On one side, you have injection molding. Injection molding has very high upfront tooling costs, but extremely low per unit costs. Fast production, consistent quality, and excellent surface finish. On the other side of the seesaw, you have machining. Machining has little or no setup costs, but very high per unit cost. Slower production, secondary operations, and greater risk of variation. Here's where most inventors get crushed. They use injection molding too early when volumes don't justify tooling, or they stay in machining too long, bleeding cash on every unit. A client came to us with a $32,000 injection molding quote that made no sense for their early volumes of 100 units to test the market. We reevaluated the part, then adjusted the manufacturing strategy, and we produced the same functional quality using CNC machining for $1,000. Same product, same performance, radically different costs. The problem wasn't the factory. The problem was pushing down on the wrong side of the seesaw at the wrong time. If you're developing a product and want to avoid these mistakes, I've opened up a limited number of free strategy sessions. Click the link below. We'll review your product, identify the right manufacturing approach, and give you a realistic cost range before you spend $1. Number 3, factory relationships decide your pricing tier. Even when the process is right, most inventors are still paying too much. Why? Because factories price based on relationship and volume, not potential. First-time inventors get the lowest priority, the longest lead times, and the highest pricing. After 3 decades in the industry, we've built direct relationships with factories most inventors will never access. Why? Because we bring consistent repeat volume. Leverage translates to 30 to 40% lower pricing, better communication, higher priority, and tighter quality control. We pass those savings directly to our clients. This isn't cheap manufacturing. It's American quality standards, a pricing normally reserved for companies ordering 10,000 units or more. Next, the truth about high manufacturing quotes. High manufacturing quotes are almost never about quality. They're about junior engineers choosing the wrong process, the seesaw being pushed in the wrong direction, and weak or non-existent factory relationships. Manufacturing doesn't have to cost $40,000 or $50,000 when you understand how the system actually works. The goal isn't cheaper work. The goal is smarter decisions and earlier. Look, you can keep guessing with freelancers and brokers, hoping your quote is fair, or you can work with a team that's done this over 2,000 times. Click the link below and book a free strategy session. We'll walk you through your product, show you the exact manufacturing process you need, and give you transparent pricing so you know what it should actually cost. If you want to understand why most product ideas never make it to market, watch this video next. Why 95% of product ideas die before launch. I break down the 3 fatal mistakes that kill products before they ever reach customers and how to avoid all of them.